This video is going to be on how to remove the vinyl off your custom painted tumbler. One of the most important things for me is letting the paint dry and sit overnight. I've learned that in time. So I just let them sit overnight and then come back to it the next day and try to pull it off. I use these tweezers. I don't even really know where I got these from, but it has an arc on them, and it's got a very sharp point. I don't know if you can see that, which is pretty important for taking the real tight spots off. You can kind of dig that into the vinyl and lift up a side and just slowly pull it off. As you can see, I already started this one just to kind of start it just to show. Let me see if I can put this in the spaces on this one are a little tight. It's pretty close, but I didn't want it to go underneath the curve on the cup, so I kind of made it small, and I wanted a little bit of the space up here. So I'm going to remove this side, which says Aquarius, and that's why it's blue and gold. I will show the process on how to prep these a certain way so that it helps to take this off and leave sharp, clean lines. I'll make another video on that. So I usually just take this, hit an edge, you can see how you got that little bit lifted up already, and then you could just take the sharp point and just kind of pull it up. Okay, here's the other thing too, like sometimes these things don't clamp down as much as you want them to because the vinyl is pretty thin, so to kind of grab that sometimes it slips out. I find it best maybe just to fold a piece of it and then grab it and pull it, or you could twist it and pull it, and it usually leaves a pretty clean line and it's pretty easy to come off. This one over here might be a little tough. It's kind of in the corner here. There you go. Just kind of poke it and be very patient with it. Once you get a decent part of it up, you can grab it with this thing. Also, be careful when you hit the stainless steel. I usually put a nice epoxy clear coat on top of this. Sometimes, and if you have scratches from the tool, you'll be able to see it. So I would just be careful and just remember, be patient and pulling with the design is good, especially when you have curves like this. You know, this one's lifted up so I can grab it with my fingers and then just pull down and then just go with the turn, and it should leave a nice clean line. You can see I already did, again, enough dry time. It's a $50 chip, and that's a slot machine. Okay, so I wasn't going to show this part of the video, which is just taking the tape off. I come down a little bit on the lip, just so when you're drinking out of it, your lips, your mouth's not touching the paint. Also, the bottom here, I also tape off. Sometimes you don't have to, because if you're using the epoxy, you can put the epoxy down there. It's pretty strong, but I always like to take that off. This is a really good idea also. with the bag, twist it. When you twist it, sometimes you get an air pocket on top of the bag. I just lightly put my hand on top of it and the air goes back into the cup and it's not a problem. Pull the tape up. And also it's very important to check the bag that you're putting it on the cup, just to make sure there's no holes around here for the water and the paint to get through. Here, this is where the tape ends. So I'll just take my finger and just pull up that side and just pull it off. On an angle, I usually pull it up like this, not like this, or even down. It wouldn't be a problem to really do it down, but I just like to do it upward like this. Doesn't come off, just come back. Take it like that. Pull up on it, and it comes off. And you get nice lines.